7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
I'm gonna have a glow.
We'll go put some pewter on.
Even now it's just the light.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hot. Well, no shit, Sherlock.
Karen's sweaty balls. Oh, people. I can open the window, but there's no screen on that window.
I'm fine. Don't
I got
do
the
it for me,
fan
but
going.
are
I
you?
drank some hot tea, and now I'm sweating like a whore in church.
Oh. I would
And
say something.
I had this whole rant about the poor little reindeers
Well,
being
then
oppressed.
Rant on.
Susan was mean to me.
I did not mean to be mean. So you do your rant because it's normally I rant. So I want you to have a rant. I'm giving you my rant segment. Rant on, friend.
Y'all really want to hear the rant at
Yes.
the beginning of the podcast?
Yes, I do. I do.
Let's just start out by saying that I have a real issue with the holidays. I'm not
There's a whole malady around the holidays that she has coined a term for.
Yes, and I'm going to tell you, and if you don't like bad weirds or bad words, plug your ears.
Oh,
Karen gets a bad case of fuck it all.
And she spells that Fucktol, like
Yes,
Geritol,
yes,
but
it's
fuck it
fuck it
all.
all. Because, yeah, I'm just not a Christmassy, happy, no. So, as I was telling Susan before she was really mean to me,
I'm sorry.
that I watched, God, I can't tell you,
Go ahead.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and that Santa was an asshole.
Why was he an asshole?
Because he was mean to the little deer because he was different. And he told his dad that he had to fix him because there was something wrong with him. And then at the end...
Wait a minute. You're talking about Santa told Rudolph's daddy that he needed to fix Rudolph because something was wrong with him.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Yes, and that was not nice. And then at the end of the whole show, he's like, oh, on the other hand, Rudolph, I need you, so you're okay now. And if I was Rudolph, I would have said, Santa,
fuck it all. I'm done. Find your fat ass
that's
way
right.
on that sleigh.
That's right. Put
I'm not lighting you away.
Tape a flashlight to your head.
Casey Daylighters.
That's
what they're
right. Yes. So, anyhow,
and
that's my rant.
Okay. And my brain just so does not work that way. So, I'm just like, oh, it's a cartoon. And whatever.
Well, it is a cartoon, but I think it's a cartoon. It was just a song, and anyhow, that was my takeaway from it.
From Rudolph.
From Rudolph.
Well, that's what the world's about. Everybody sees things differently.
That's true.
So
And everybody is different.
Okay,
and this tea is making me so
well, quit
hot.
drinking it. Don't put it near me, though.
Excuse me.
So, in case we didn't say so, I'm Susan.
I'm Karen.
And together,
we are knit.
Yeah, that, what she said. You can find us on Instagram and Ravelry as a Full of Knit podcast. We have a group on Ravelry. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as NC Knitta.
And you can find me as the Havelock Zoo on both those things.
Right on. And so, this is our second time trying to start this thing. So, I'm trying to remember
Maybe
what
third.
we did.
We're not sure.
I'll tell you what I'm wearing. How about that? Because it's nasty and cold and raining today. So, I have on my easy fingerless mitts. These are super easy. You knit a panel. You sew it up the side. You leave a hole for the thumb. You sew it. There you go. Right there. I have on my lace ribbon slouch hat. There's the pattern for that. I think that's a free pattern, isn't it?
I'm pretty sure.
Well, if it's not, it's worth it because I'm going to knit another one of these. I have on my Treya Molte scarf, which if you've ever watched the podcast, I'm sure you've seen before. And I have on my Sunrose Laura Ayler sweater made out of Madeline Tosh something or another.
Yes.
It's on my project page on the Ravelry, so you can check that out if you're interested in knowing. In solidarity with the with the reindeer.
I had little reindeer things on, but they were hurting my head.
Well,
They're squeezing that large brain that I have.
I was going to say your big head. But,
Well, that
but
too.
I didn't want to hurt your feelings. You're sensitive today.
Look, I get my humidity indicator.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah.
Okay.
See, it's going to start to curl.
Yeah. Well, that's why I have a hat on, because it's raining. And if, with all the
Yeah.
product in my hair, if my hair gets wet, I either look like I belong in the cast of Something About Mary, or I escaped from an insane asylum.
Yeah.
So either way, it's not a good look. So that's what I have on. So, do we want to start with foes or hoes or what? And I'm not
We're gonna
podcasting today
start
because I
with-
don't feel like it.
FOs, because I have them sitting right here.
Okay.
Yay!
Yay.
Look.
Finally.
Oh, wait, cat hair.
Duh.
It's
It's a pair.
and they're actually clean. He has worn them because he took them right off the needles and put them on his feet.
Yeah, they clean.
But aren't you glad that I was right that they were clean?
It wouldn't have mattered. I'd have still said they were clean.
These are the RO's latest pair of socks. It's Nitpicks Felici in the Spaceman colorway, and the pattern is the International Sock of Doom. And I do 68 stitches for him on a 2.25 millimeter needle, and I only put the design on the front.
I kind of
Of
like it
socks.
like that.
Yeah.
I kind of like it.
Well,
like
it goes quicker,
that. Right.
especially for the long-legged man that he is. So,
And sometimes
and nobody's looking at the back of your leg.
I don't know that I would like the whole sock done in that anyway.
Yeah.
That's a lot of something going on.
Yeah.
You know.
And it took long enough to do them just with the pattern
Right on.
the front.
Does the editor thing that you edit with the
Uh-huh.
podcast, does it know the International Sock of Doom?
Oh
by
yes, oh yes. When I start typing it, I go enter, and it's like National Soccer Doom.
heart? All right, cool.
So yeah,
Yay!
finished.
I know you're glad to be done with those.
I am.
What the world, squirrel?
A pile over here, and it just decided to.
Yeah, we both have. Actually, you know what?
Well, we haven't done this in like a month.
I know, but still, this is not.
Have you missed us?
Oh, we've missed y'all. But
Yeah.
this is just a really, really, really super busy time of year
It
for
is.
me, and now for you, because she's now started working at the Knit Nook, which is retail. And if you know anything about retail, this time of year is super crazy.
Yep.
Busy. So today actually is the only day
Right.
that we have to podcast before Christmas.
Oh, and today's what?
The 9th.
The 9th.
Yeah,
I
because
thought it was the 8th.
I'm working the next weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got that, well, now I'm on the schedule of family dinners on the Saturday that I have to work. So that's good. So it
Yeah.
doesn't screw up the whole weekend.
Right.
But I think this is the only time that we're going to have,
Right.
because we got stuff coming up at work and all that good stuff. So, all right. So I have foes.
Okay, let's see.
Okay, this one is a shop sample that I knit for Lisa at the Knit Nook. She got this yarn in, and it's super duper soft. I'll show you the yarn first. It's called, what was that?
I don't know.
It's called Arrow by Barocco, or Barocco, whatever how you want to say it. And it's color 8013. I can't remember if this is a paid for pattern on Ravelry or not. So this has a twofold purpose, but I knit this pattern. Can you see it? I can't. It's Viscount or Viscount, ever how you say it, by Lisa Much. I got this pattern. I can't remember if this one's free or not. However, Lisa is doing a BOGO on all of her patterns till Christmas. So you buy one, you get one.
Okay.
Until Christmas. I usually, she does it every year, and I
nice.
stock up on hers. And then when Lisa asked me about, well, when I offered to knit a sample with this just kind of popped
cool.
up. I would knit this again because I think it's super cool. So what it is, it's a cowl like the K's Dots kerchief.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to put it on? Because I got stuff on. Or Star Lobelia by Laura Ayler, or that kind of thing. Like
That's cute.
a bandana kerchief or whatever you want to call it. I made a tassel to go on it. I'm going to let y'all decide. Ooh.
That could be bad.
Tassel, not pasty, Karen.
Oh,
Tassel.
okay. Got it.
But and I don't have enough yarn. Well, I don't know. I might go make you another one.
You can make a spin in different directions.
There you go. That would be a talent.
That's right.
So anyway, that's a FO that I whipped up. That took no time at all. It was done on chunky yarn on chunky needles. What size needles does? 13s, I think. 11s, 13s. Anyway, it was super fast to do. I think I had it finished Saturday, you know, when I went down there and delivered some yarn.
Mm-hmm.
I think I had it finished that night. I sent her a message.
It makes some nice stripes.
11, size 11 needles. You only need 150 yards of bulky yarn to do it. So that worked for that. So you can take this to her and deliver that for me, please, ma'am. And so that's an FO for me. That was fun to do also. It kind of was like a palette cleanser from my gift knitting stuff that I'm doing.
Right.
Something different, kind of instant gratification. All right, moving right along.
I finished my elven hat for my kid for Christmas.
Yay.
It's not totally finished. I have to put, there's a little design to make it like the actual character's hat.
Oh,
They don't put it on here, but I saw it on Ravelry. And you know what's really, well, I don't know what the word I want is. When you make something and you go on Ravelry and look at all the different projects that other people have made, it's a good idea to look at some of those things first. Because it gave me good ideas for this hat. Because if not, it would have turned out way too short.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I went and looked at other people's things that they said about it, their project notes, and they gave me good ideas on how to make it longer.
Wonder why?
I don't know.
If you don't.
I
Well,
don't
that
know.
one, maybe in that it does look shorter.
Yeah, well, some people said that when they were doing it, instead of, and you could see in their pictures, instead of it being this long, it was like there.
Okay.
So, and maybe they didn't get the row gauge
Right.
correct. I don't know.
Yeah, I was going to say to gauge intention would have something to do with that.
And then for the actual character, there's a little X design right there. Like you've sewed up the hat, sewn up the hat.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. So this is, if anybody has kids who do the Legend of Zelda, Link, the Legend of Zelda, this is his hat.
Okay.
Look, it matches mine. Look, now I look like an
does.
elf.
Yeah, all we needed is, where did it go? Oh, it's on your side. All we need is a little tassel over here. Yeah. Or a little pom-pom. You do. You look like a little elf. Cute.
But yeah, mine would not have been that long if I didn't modify the pattern.
And read project notes.
Yes. And read
Sometimes I
project
go
notes.
and read project notes, and then I'm like, you know what? I'm not knitting this.
You know,
do you ever do that?
Yes,
Okay.
I have. It's like, okay, so apparently that pattern is so screwed up.
Yeah, because I'll get so excited about some, like, oh my gosh,
Right.
and then I'll think, whoa, stop.
Right.
Go read other people's stuff.
Right.
Because if they're like, oh, I had to do this, and I modified that, and I'm like,
Right.
yeah, screw that, I'm not doing it.
No.
Then I have your disease.
This was a fun knit. This is out of Barocco Ultra Wool.
I love that stuff.
I do too. And this is colorway 33158. It's kind of a heathery green.
It's a beautiful color.
Yeah. And I really like it. I might want like a sweater.
The cool thing
out of
about
that.
the cool thing about that yarn is it's superwash,
Yes.
which we'll talk
is,
about a little bit later
if
on.
you're giving it to somebody that you're not sure how they're going to take care of it.
Then that's
and
the way to go.
It was done on size 7 needles. And it took, since I modified it and added more to it.
So one and some.
It took, one and probably just like a tiny little bit
You could
of
resell
this
that.
one.
Just kidding.
I was thinking I might make a hat for myself.
Blast from the
Or a
past.
scarf. She'd be bad today. Very bad.
Well, when am I not?
I know. Lordy.
It's a wonder I have friends.
But you do. You have friends.
I know, but then I feel bad when I hurt their feelings, and I don't mean to.
No. She was mean.
I wasn't mean.
No,
I
she
just
wasn't
hurt her
mean.
feelings, and I
That's
didn't mean
right.
to. I wasn't trying to be mean. I just had to throw a little extra something in your Christmas sack.
Yay!
Oh, one of the things that's in your sack. I'm like, oh, I can't wait.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh no.
Okay. All right. So moving right along on foes. This time of year, like I just said, it's super duper busy. I don't have a whole lot of time to knit, and every year I say I'm going to knit a certain amount of gifts, people gifts and whatnot. And last year I didn't get anything done. This year I've tried to start further ahead. However, the next two things I'm going to show y'all work for me because they're quick, they're functional, and I haven't put a lot of money or time into it. So if the people that I give it to don't appreciate it or whatever, they won't get anything. Well, they won't get anything next year.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like I'm out a whole lot. You know what I mean? Time or money. So I showed these on the last podcast.
Oh yeah. Ooh, those colors turned out nice together.
Yeah, well, I got something about that I got to share. Okay, so the last podcast I had knit and finished. They're in my pretty little. Oh, remember last week last time when we had the argument over the fall colored leaf bag?
Yes. Oh yes.
I do have one,
But
but it
it's
wasn't
not.
in that same material. So
Right.
when you kept saying you have one like this, I was like, no.
Yes.
And then I got home and saw the one, and it clicked in my brain that was the one you were talking about.
I did
so.
see because I saw the one because I have one that matches.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah, and I'm like, no, I don't have that one. And she's like, yes, you do. I gave it to you. Okay. Anyway, so I had knit a pair of these using the same wool that Karen had just talked about, the Barocco Ultra Wool in the worsted weight. Super quick, fast pattern. So I'm addicted to these things now. So I went back down to the Knit Nook, and I got, y'all, this color right here. This color is everything right now to me. Don't ask me why.
Pretty.
It's not showing up. It's
now?
not showing up.
No, as pretty as it is.
No, I mean, just look at that. Anyway, I might have to do the throwback sweater in this as the main body color.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be pretty with
That would
those
be
other
pretty.
colors? So I went home and I whipped up another pair using this color, which I don't know the number of, and a gray, that gray. So these guys, and this is all the Barocco Ultra Wool. Okay, so that's that pair. Then was it last week or week before when I dropped off yarn and met you down there?
Week before, I think.
Was it? I'm losing
Oh,
track
maybe
of
no.
time.
No, it was last week.
Okay, so I bought some more while I was down at the Knit Nook the other day. So I got this pretty red, and again, not showing up really as pretty as it is. So I finished these. I haven't even woven in the ends yet.
Been whipping out some slippers.
Now, the problem with this pair is that the bottom is patterned classic wool. And it is not super washed. So whoever gets this pair, I'm either going to have to give it to somebody who knows and is okay with hand washing, or I'm going to have to be sure to tell the person they got a hand wash.
Right.
The
Are they going to
red-
have EVO slippers?
The red is super washed, but this is not. But I just liked
The color
that
combination.
color combination. I
Yeah.
love this color from the classic wool. So this red is the Ultra Wool by Barocco, and it is color 33145. And I got that at the Knit Nook, and then this, what do you call that? The sole is the classic, Patton's Classic Wool worsted, and it's 77044 in the Mercury colorway. I'll show you the back of that. And I knit these on a size 9. Yep. A size US 9. But yeah, these things are addicting. They're pretty quick. I mean, I knit one.
They are.
Let me see. What was yesterday? Saturday. I knit one Friday night. I started at about 7:30. I finished it Friday night. I got up yesterday morning, couldn't die. Mom was baking.
Mm-hmm.
So I knit that one. Excuse me. I don't know, 3-4 hours yesterday. So
Did you use the biscuit pattern?
Yeah. I was getting to that. Where
Yeah.
did it go? Yeah, there we go. Free pattern on Ravelry. Biscottes, slippers, biscottes versions, or biscotte, or however you say it.
They do go up really quickly.
They really
and
do.
They fit like size 5 foot up to like a 10 or 11. They said stretches up to a woman's size 11.
Yep.
And she has another version. If you find that one on Ravelry, she has another version that is top down, and it goes all the way from like baby sizes to men's extra large. So just depending on
is
how
it
you
free
like.
or is it a paid?
It is also a free.
Oh, is it?
pattern.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just addicted to them. And this wool, I'm telling you, this stuff is not nice.
Mm-hmm.
It feels wonderful.
I know. I love mine. I wear them all the time.
Well, I haven't. I'm gonna make myself a pair, but only after I'm done doing my
Christmas stuff.
what I'm gonna gift knit stuff. Then once I get that, I'll figure. I don't know. It's gonna be hard to let that go right there, though.
I know. But you know what? The cool thing is,
Flip it around.
that's enough to make another pair.
True. So, okay. So that's the Harry Potter movie. What that guy? I can't think of his name. And so he says, "That's that."
That's that.
So I was watching Harry Potter last night while I was knitting. Tanya, I was watching Harry Potter because I love me some Harry Potter. The reason I watch that, and I'm not watching it while I'm knitting, it's something that's on that I've seen before,
Right.
1 grillion times,
Yeah.
and I don't have to pay attention to it.
Yeah.
I can pay attention to my knitting, and it's something that I like hearing. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's anyway. So.
Right. Oh, I do that a lot. I watch stuff that I've seen a million times before.
Because you don't have to pay attention.
Because you don't have to pay attention.
Well, my son thinks I'm crazy because I watch it.
Yeah,
Because it's on a lot, I'll say that. I
You
won't
are
say
crazy,
watch,
but
yeah, just
you know.
not over that.
right.
That has nothing to do with it.
This is in my Snoopy Christmas bag by my friend Kathy. And this is a Christmas present for the RO who's downstairs, so. Okay, so when this yarn came last year, he wanted it. He
I
wanted
can't believe
socks
it.
out of it. And I told him no because I wanted it. And then I looked at all the sock yarn I have back here and I thought, why are you being such a selfish bitch?
Greedy.
Yeah, why are you being so selfish?
Yarn
So-
for.
So I'm making these as a surprise for him for Christmas.
Yay.
It's the Knit Picks Felici in the Goth Kitty colorway. And I'm just doing a vanilla sock so I can hopefully get it done in time.
Yeah.
And look, I got my stripes.
Matching? Awesome.
Look at that.
I'm telling you, girl, you need to vie for that sock knitting machine.
So hopefully.
Excuse me, I'm
Bless
sorry.
you.
Oh, I always feel so much better after I sneeze.
So yeah, they're going pretty quickly. A lot more quickly than the last pair. So
The international
Who
sock
knows?
is taking forever.
yeah, exactly. So if they're not done on Christmas Day, I'll just give them to him with the needles still in them, and
He'll try to wear them anyway.
and
but
he'll try to wear them, and
stab himself.
yeah, and it'll be bad, and we'll be in the emergency room. But
I can't believe he wants that. Well, I guess I can.
yes,
He's a cool guy.
So
That
that's for
looks so
him.
much wider than your normal sock. Is it?
I
gonna
know
be?
it's the same amount of stitches.
know,
I
but
think it's just because
It's stretched out on the needles there and
yeah.
not. Okay.
I thought so too, but you know what? If they're too
Because
big,
you
it doesn't
did a
matter.
pair one time that they were way too big, right?
Yeah.
That you had to
No,
frog. Okay.
It's good.
All right. Awesome.
I know it does, because when you don't do a pattern, you're thinking, "Wow, that looks really big."
Yeah.
But then if I hold it up to the blockers here,
Yeah. It looks just like the same
Yeah.
width.
it's the same size as those. So
Yay.
yay! He'll be
Well,
surprised.
don't anybody tell him. He's probably standing right out the door listening.
No, he was given strict instructions to
To
not
stay down
come
there?
up the stairs.
Oh.
He's downstairs watching train videos on YouTube.
Train videos.
Man loves trains. He's loved them since.
Oh, I was thinking the group.
Oh
train.
no, well he likes them too, but these
Well,
are
'cause he's a
actual
music dude, so-
trains. He watches, like they put a camera like in the, whatever, the front part of the train, the engine, and it's not. I guess some of them are like steam engines, but like the European.
So it's like a
fast
GoPro
train.
on a train.
Yeah, and it takes you like on a trip. And
Oh, okay.
he just watches.
Whatever.
Yeah, to each
Whatever.
their own.
Hey, at least he's not out running around. He's on.
That's true. He's on the couch watching trains.
Right on. Okay, so I can't remember from the last podcast because I usually try to watch our podcast the day before we podcast so I know what I said on the last one, and I didn't do that today. I was too busy watching Leslie and Michelle Naughty Nitwits. So I can't remember how many of these I've already shown. However, I know for sure I've gotten one pair done since the last podcast. Maybe two.
Yeah.
I might have gotten two done, but anyway. It is the Calypso Knits Easy Fingerless Mitts. And this is a free pattern. If you look at this pattern, it's been used. I write on it. I make notes. I've changed some things on the pattern to suit me better. But anyway, I love this. This is another one of
They are
those.
the easiest.
And they're super duper quick.
yes.
And
I've even taken, because they're plain, if you do a solid yarn, I've done like little designs with duplicate stitch.
Oh yeah.
On the back of the
that.
hand. Yeah.
Um,
Oh, those are pretty.
What I was thinking was, well, let me put one on. So this is how they turned out. Now, I knit these. I knit one pair just like the pattern said, and they look funny. Not on they look fine. When you take it off, though, it looks weird because this part right here, it almost goes like from the ribbing right into the thumb gusset.
Okay.
So there's not this here. So when you take it off, it's like ribbing, pop, thumb popping outside. So I like adding just like, I think 10 rows maybe. I think I add 10 rounds in between the ribbing and where the thumb starts. But the other day I was looking at it and I thought, it would be cool. Not in this yarn because you probably wouldn't see it too well, but like in a solid, to knit the thumb gusset in purl stitches.
Right.
So this would all be stockinette, and then the thumb gusset would be in purl. But these are super fast too.
Yes.
No time at all. And this yarn is, again, the Patton's Classic.
Is it the classic wool?
Yep. And they're whatever. I don't know. I don't have the thing with me, I don't think. Oh, I do. Look at here.
Surprise!
Classic wool, and this is in the dark gray marl colorway.
These would be nice and warm.
Yep. I bought a bunch of this from Michael's for this purpose.
Okay.
To do these. Like there's a light brown heather, that dark.
Is it
soul.
the worsted?
Because
I have.
Yeah. See?
Can I reach it without knocking everything over?
The sole on those red slippers that I did is the same yarn.
I have.
Yeah, that would be cool.
This is like 3 skeins wound together. That's the stuff I used for the
He
slippers.
had them on when I came in.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did you see him?
Yeah.
Does he look like
Briefly.
Bozo?
Yeah, they were big. Woo, there was some big.
So I may unwind that. Maybe I'll make some out of this. Because look, it's got little tweediness
Yeah,
to
that's
it.
cool. Those would be super neat with that, I think.
I could knit 3 pair at a time. I mean, 3 mitts at a time.
If you were an octopus. But you're not.
No.
You're not. So that doesn't look like a lot of FOs, but for me, that's a lot of FOs.
Well,
this time of year. And I've got some whip sew, so it's not just
Right.
all been that. So,
Right.
yeah, I got a lot going on.
I have the Leaf Love baby sweater. Again, not for anybody,
That's
just
cute.
because it's a cute sweater, and it's by Tyga Hilliard. It's a free pattern on
It's starting to
Ravelry.
get hot. I must be having a hot
Uh-oh.
flash.
And I'm doing it in the, again, ultra wool. This is our new favorite.
Yeah, I don't know why, because
Work-
I'm usually not about workhorse. I mean,
Yeah.
I
Well, it's
don't
a
usually
workhorse
do a
yarn.
lot of knitting that requires workhorse yarn.
Yeah, but when you're doing gift knitting
Yeah,
and you
you
don't
got
know
to.
who's going to have it
Yeah.
again,
And it's so soft, y'all.
it is so soft. And I know I showed this before. I don't remember if I had
Did you?
separated
I
for
don't
the.
remember it.
I don't know if I had separated for the sleeves then, so I'm going to show it again.
Cute.
And look how cute this is. And I'm doing just the 0 to 3 month size because that only takes one ball.
Super cute.
So, I mean, that's a cute gift. This is not an expensive yarn, but it's a good yarn, and it's superwash, and for a newborn gift.
Yep, they don't have to worry about hand washing or
Right,
any of that.
it's a one skein project.
That's a pretty color pink too.
Yeah,
I'm not
it's
a pink
like,
person,
it's like
but
that
that's a really-
ballet pink.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that too. So, but this is kind of on the side right now because I'm doing
Gift
some
stuff.
gift knitting as well. None of which is probably going to be done by Christmas. So, luckily, nobody in my family really cares if
Well, maybe
they
they'll-
get a present.
Maybe
on
they have
Christmas.
a case of fuckatall too, and they don't
Yeah,
care.
that's probably where I got it from. Yeah, passing it on.
Ah.
That'll be our family tradition because we don't really have any.
Nah, I'm gonna get you out.
Tradition
I'm gonna
kind of
get you
things.
out of it somehow. I don't know how, but
Just keep digging farther down in there.
nah.
You know, and it's funny because like one thing will happen and I'll be like, oh, seriously, and then something else will happen and I'll be like, are you kidding me? And it just solidifies that whole
I hate that.
I hate
that.
whole funk.
But your Christmas tree is on the front porch. I saw
It
that when
is.
it came up. I was like, all
I
right.
can't be in the house because cats.
We have, you know what? The cats that we're fostering,
They're not meant.
they do not. Every now and then they'll like try to sniff at it, and one of us will go, and they'll haul tail to the other room. They don't mess
Oh,
with that.
nice. Oh, no, the evil Cheeto would be swinging from the top of it. Have you been watching Kay's Vlogmas things?
I haven't. I think
Her
I saw
little-
one or two.
Her little kitten's having a good time with the Christmas tree.
You showed
She had
me
an alpaca ornament.
You showed me that he ate it.
Sorry.
Ooh,
That's what happens when you have like one, well, like with your kids too. You have one good one,
Mhm.
and then you're like, let's have another. And then that one's a little demon. Well, I think that's what happened to Kay.
My
with
mom
her
didn't
cats.
learn the first time. It's a good thing
No,
she didn't
see,
stop
you're
with
the
me.
second. Oh,
No, I'm the
that's
first.
right. You are the first one.
My brother is lucky to be here.
Oh.
I guess my
I'm
mom
lucky
had
to
a.
be here because my brother was a terrible little
I
kid.
guess my mom had a strong constitution at that time. She was like, "Oh, I can't let this ruin it for
Yeah.
me."
Let's try one more time. See if
One
we can
more
get this
time.
right.
Oh my God, that is
Lord
funny.
have mercy.
Yeah, he's lucky to be here. Okay.
Do you have more whips?
I have whips. I don't have any more foes. I
Okay.
don't think.
Well, whip them out.
I see what you did there.
Thank you.
Okay, so this one is a whip that you haven't seen in a while, but the boy came home for. No, I don't have that bag.
Okay. You have this bag. You have it.
I should have brought the one that I do have. The boy came home for Thanksgiving, and apparently it's a tradition now that when I'm knitting him a blanket, I only knit it when he's around.
Yeah. Because as you remember, you're like, oh crap, he's home. I'm supposed to be making him a blanket.
So when he was home at Thanksgiving, y'all are going to be so proud of me. Do I need to like hold your waistband
I
so
know,
you
really.
don't fall? You got it. Y'all are going to be so proud of me. I don't know if I can get all this in here, Karen. Okay, so
Sit.
if you've watched the podcast
sorry.
before, you know I'm knitting the boy a blanket, another one, and I'll pull all that out. But okay, I might need help.
Oh my goodness.
I know, right?
It's getting bigger.
That's what he said.
Yep.
This is the front side. So the last time it was on the podcast is where. Whoops, this is all.
Your yarn is.
Yep. Oh,
We're all discombobulated here.
yeah, we're lucky we're here today.
Yes.
See where the red heart is? That's where it was the last time you guys saw it. So
Oh wow.
yeah, so I've
So-
gotten all that done while he was home at Thanksgiving. He was home for the week. And I worked on it a little bit after he left.
Yeah.
Not much. This is one of the things that I feel like I want to get done for gift knitting.
Mm-hmm.
And if I don't, it's not that big of a deal. But I guess I should move that up a little higher. But yeah, I've gotten right much done.
Pretty big.
And I got a lot done while he was here because after work at night, I would sit downstairs with him and watch whatever he wanted to watch on TV, and I would just knit on this while we were doing it. So I'm knitting this on size 13 needles. I'm using the liar book, I call it. Because it says they're done by Monday. They lie. It is not done by Monday.
Well, they don't say what Monday.
True that.
They don't.
I'm doing the
Annette's?
Yep, Afghan number 8, Annette's Afghan. And actually, you know what? I wrote on here when I cast it on.
Look at you.
Over a year ago, I cast this on. Last Thanksgiving.
Hey, it's a thing. And maybe you'll be done by next Thanksgiving.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, this one's number 8. I don't need to show y'all a picture. You saw it. And I'm using Knit Picks Mighty Stitch. Will you hold that, please?
Uh-huh.
In whatever colorway that is that Karen has.
It says Ivy.
And, oh, you have a kitty cat named that.
I do.
And also I'm holding it together with Knit Picks Chroma worsted in the Lakefront colorway. So the chroma is what gives it the stripy look. And which you can't really see the stripes. I mean, I always see them better on here.
Yeah.
You know, but, so yeah, hopefully, I don't know that I'll get it done for Christmas, but it won't be too long. I got a pair of, oh, sorry, I stabbed your ceiling. I got a pair of socks I want to get finished for him too, but, and if I don't, I mean, he did send me a message the other day.
Eventually.
He sent me a message the other day. He said Salem, that's his little black kitty that loves the other blanket that I made him.
Mm-hmm.
He said Salem wants to know when his new blanket's coming. I'm thinking to myself, that cat don't need to be mauling on this one like he does on that other one because of that.
Yeah, because it's
chroma's
more of a
single ply.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, all right. So that's a whip that's gotten a lot of my time since I saw y'all last.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
And before the gift knitting started, I was moving along pretty sharply.
I made show notes
on my Home Is With You shawl. That's one of Kay's patterns, the Crazy Sock Lady.
Did you see the comment she commented on the podcast?
Yes. Yeah, she does say, okay, I'm done with that.
I'm done with that. Time to move on.
Time to move on.
That's funny.
This is
so pretty.
I've actually got the eyelet part done.
So pretty.
Oh, and fuzz up my nose. And now I'm on the second garter section.
It's so pretty. And it's so freaking soft.
Yes. Well, this is the Halesby Handmade in their October House colorway. Do I have it? Nope. I don't know if I have it.
Hold this.
Here.
Go.
Oh.
It should be in there. You're really good about keeping your stuff together.
I know. It's pretty. And it's got sparkles. I thought I had it. Maybe I put it somewhere else. Oh, well. And then this one is the leftovers from my sweater. And that is Sheep Dip Dye Works. Oops. Come back here. And this is, oh, okay. This is not the blue face Lister.
You switched, remember?
No, I switched.
You started with that.
So this is the Merino Cashmere Nylon blend. There.
Pretty. And it's nice and soft already, too.
I know. So I have a couple more sections to go. It's getting to the point where there's like over 300 stitches now, so it's a little slower going.
Did you see that she just released another shawl pattern?
Yes.
So pretty.
That one's pretty too.
Yeah.
I can't wait to wear this one.
That is so you, the colors. That's all about you.
That's what I thought. Look, and it even says K. K. Kay wrote the pattern. Kay knitted the...
Kay's knitting it.
Kay's
Kay's yarn.
And Kay's yarn.
That's funny to me.
So what else you got?
I got one more thing that is a whip. I mean, I've got other whips. These are just the ones that have been getting attention.
Right.
I showed this one on the last podcast. And this is the Anguli Cow by Hillary Smith, Callis or Kali, ever how you want to pronounce it. She's the same chick that did the Star Shower that I did.
Mm-hmm.
And there's something else I've knit by her. Star Shower. I think there's another one I've knit by her. So obviously I like her patterns. Okay, so here it is.
Pretty.
So, sorry. I am on the third section, the third and final section, but I have about, well, you see where I got my thing right there? That's where I'm at.
Okay.
I got to knit up to 56.
Oh.
But the previous section was increasing. This one is decreasing. See how it's,
nice.
see right up here where it's getting a little short?
Oh, yeah.
So it's decreasing. So it's fewer stitches every time.
How is that going to hook together?
Well, there's a schematic.
Okay.
And then I haven't gotten
Because
that
I'm looking
far.
at it and I'm like, I can't.
I've not gotten that far yet.
I cannot
but-
picture that.
But there's a schematic.
Okay.
Here, you can take it out and look at it.
Okay.
But
I can't show you because
right,
it's a paper pattern.
pattern. But
So I'll know and y'all
yeah.
won't.
And this is knit with hedgehog fibers. There's stock yarn in the Heyday colorway and the pink. I think I said last time it was Sorry Not Sorry. I don't think it is. It may be Pucker.
Okay.
Isn't there a pink one called that?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what it is. It's either Sorry Not Sorry or Pucker. I can't remember. But anyway, so the cool thing about this is, if I have the fortitude, when I'm done with this one, I can reverse the colorways and use the pink, where this one is predominantly the Heyday, and use the Heyday in the pink sections and make two with two skeins of yarn. So this would just be an opposite colorway. Does that make sense?
No.
Shit. Are you serious? Well, if it doesn't make sense to you, seriously, it doesn't make sense to you?
We'll be able to figure it out. But it's like,
Crap.
take square A and fit it in round peg B.
Crap. Oh, well, we'll figure it
We'll
out.
figure it out.
You're a pretty decent knitter.
If not, we'll just sew it together how we think it looks good.
There you
isn't
go.
it?
As long as it looks like that,
Right.
we'll be good.
It'll
So,
be all right.
It'll be fine. I'm not worried about it. That hopefully is a gift knit. I'm trying to make that a gift knit. And I think, I'm building a little wall around myself here. That's that for that.
That's that.
Yep.
I have
I already told y'all about that. I'll tell you again. but-
one more work in progress that's also a Christmas gift that
Oh, are you doing that?
is not going to get done by Christmas. I'm
You're
sure
doing
any of
that
y'all
one?
get the Webb's catalog. You have seen Dolores Van Hoofen. And
Oh my God, do you knit clothes for this
I'm
thing?
making, oh yes. See?
Oh,
And then I'm making that outfit for her. And these are kits you can buy on the Webb's website. And I have my pattern in my cute little pattern folder that I bought at the Hobby Lobby.
I thought, looking at this, I thought that was the unicorn. The
Oh
alpaca.
yeah, whatever.
And
it
I was
is.
wondering why he was over there and that was over here.
Yeah, well this thing, oh my gosh. And it's made out of, yikes, the Valley Yarns from Webb's, which is 100% merino.
Okay, so wait a minute.
And it's
that came in a
really-
kit?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that's the only way it gets sold. I don't think they do the, I've just got fuzz up my nose. I don't think they do the patterns separately. But I didn't realize she was going to be this big.
I think it's
I
super
did
cool.
her in the pattern, but look.
That's her
That's
body.
Yeah, this is her body. This is where her little tail's going to be.
You were so good at
Because
that.
it's so...
What stuffy knitting. I suck at it. So
There,
bad.
there's where her little tail's going to be.
Oh,
That's her
man.
back. And here's her front. And oh my gosh, she's
Funny.
Dolores Van Hoofen.
That is hilarious.
Is her nose in there? Because there was a little
I did not see anything.
Oh, yeah,
but-
this is her
that her
nose.
nose? I thought
Yeah.
it was a hat.
No.
Sorry.
This is her nose. Oops. Her nose. It's going to be her snout.
Oh my gosh.
Once
that
you
is
stuff it.
hilarious. I forgot to bring my little stuffy. I made one.
What did you make?
I did the bunny, the square bunny.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Did you like him?
Yeah. I pulled as tight as I could,
Mm-hmm.
but I did it with the Line brand bulky, whatever the pattern says. I happen to have some.
Right.
And maybe I didn't put in enough little things to cinch with. Maybe I did too far, you know what I mean?
Right.
But anyway, I thought maybe I'd try to make another. But I gave, remember 100 years ago when Hannah and I dyed yarn with Sharpie markers?
Yeah.
Well, I've had the skein that she did for a long time. It's not enough yardage to really do anything with.
Mm-hmm.
So I gave it to her mom the other day. My sister-in-law crochets.
Yeah.
And so she was going to crochet like a little flower with a little tie that we could tie around her neck, around the bunny neck, and then I'm gonna just embroider with embroider floss.
Yeah. The eyes.
Mm-hmm. And
and the
pink nose,
Yeah.
and maybe give him some little whiskers or not.
Yeah.
And give that to her because I've done her a stuffy every year except last year.
Yeah.
I never got the bunny done that you helped me to see to make sure I had the right number of stitches.
Right.
That hurts my hands, man. Those little 4 double pointed needles. Oh, it hurts. I can't do it.
Yeah.
So that bunny, I can do him on different size needles, different weight yarns, cinch that sucker up, pop him full of stuff. Since she wants some eyes, she might get a whole litter of bunnies.
I did a few of those. I don't know if y'all saw on Instagram when they were doing the Get Your Yarn Wishes Granted. There was a lady in Connecticut, I think, who didn't want like any yarn for herself. She wanted people to make things for the hospice people, families of the hospice people that she worked with. And so I made some of those bunnies. I sent some shawls and hats, but then I made a few of those bunnies. And
if you don't know what bunny we're talking about, 2 podcasts ago, I think you showed yours, 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Karen showed hers on there, and it's just super simple. You knit a square, and you run yarn up in like a triangle thing, grab both ends, yank it together. It makes him little ears, makes him a little head. You sew up his little butt. You can put a cottontail on the back if you want to.
It's called the One Square Bunny. You can find it on Ravelry for free.
Super cute. Okay, so you got more whips?
Nope.
Okay, so a couple things I wanted to be sure to share. I already shared one about Lisa Much and her patterns. She's got a buy one get one till Christmas. She does some really pretty pieces. A lot of her shawls. She does a lot of shawls, and they, to me, look like pieces of art. Not just knitting, but they just look like pieces of art to me. And she does a lot of 2-color, kind of monochrome, like a light gray and a dark gray or a black. You know what I mean? And then she'll throw some red in there sometimes. Anyway, she just does. I really, really like her stuff. And that sample that I knit, I can't remember if that one was free or paid for.
Yeah.
Because every now and then she'll do some some free ones. But anyway, go check her out. Yeah. And also, Shelly at Hope Knit is doing customer appreciation right now. And I saw yesterday, I think it was bulky and needles and something else are like 20% off. Everything else is 15% off. But if you do $100, it's free shipping. And I think as it gets closer to time, the percentage increases. I'm not sure how she does that now. But anyway, you can go check her out. She has needles. A lot of the yarn you see me on here with it came from her. So she's got that going on. And I think the only other one ends today, but they won't be able to see that.
Yeah. Yeah, because it won't be out today.
No. But I will say who it is. It's Kay Jones from Bakery Bears. She's Bryony Bears on Instagram. She does some really, really nice patterns. I mean, her sock patterns, like I have a pair on right now. I love her sock patterns.
Yeah.
And her new ones that I haven't had, I went on and bought yesterday because they're like half off, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you can still go and check her out. You don't have to.
Yeah. You can go and check it out. That's what I was saying. But you should go check out her sock patterns. You might like some of hers. And shawl patterns too, but Her sock patterns I really enjoy.
I'm slowing down on shawls. I've actually been giving a lot of them away.
Yeah.
Well, I just don't wear them.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you'd like the socks. She does a star toe and an umbrella toe. Yeah. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to get them. But I just like
try
her.
Some different things.
Yeah, and I like her patterns. I mean, I like the way they're written. I get the way they're written. That kind of hurt.
Are you okay?
Yeah, it'll be swollen up, but it's all right. I get the way they're written. It makes sense to me.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, so. All right, so go check her out. And I guess we're moving on to booty call.
Yep.
All right. So, do you have any booty call?
I do.
Me too. I can hardly stand it.
Okay. Okay.
You go first. I still got to get my bag out from behind.
All right. Well,
knocking the house down.
My friend Carol, that I went to high school with, sent me this bag.
Oh, that's cool.
And she sent me some yarn that she found. I don't know if she's had it for a while. It's an older yarn because I looked it up. I've never seen this before. It's Bernat's Brushed Mohair Lane. It's like a felted mohair. Permanently moth-proofed.
How do they do that?
I have no idea. There must be some really interesting chemicals involved. But you can tell, I mean, looking at the labels.
Yeah, that is.
You know, and she's been doing some cleaning out, so.
That stuff is.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting. I looked it up on Ravelry.
Yeah.
And just to see.
Right.
What people have made with it. And they've made mitts and hats. And
all
so I'm going to try knitting with it.
Parchment.
Yeah.
Ooh. Are you
That's
hungry?
my tummy growling.
Are you hungry?
Apparently, either that or the tea is not sitting well.
Oh,
but she sent me a whole bunch of it, so
you can find something to do with it, or you can, if you can't find something to do with it, you can always pass it along to someone else.
Well, that was my thought. So we'll see.
Okay, so I was down at the Knit Nook last Saturday, this Saturday, I don't know. I took yarn down there. And I restocked on the bulky, the worsted to knit. Yep. That's those things that I showed you earlier. You know, the slipper things. So, anyway, while I was there, I picked up, got to make sure I got the right ones. Those are DK. I got these two colors because I thought I would make some more with these.
Right.
And y'all can read the label and see what the color is.
To say, as you can tell, we really I got these.
Ooh.
To make slippers for Tony.
Oh yeah. I think she was out of that gray.
Yeah.
Because I really wanted that gray. I had some of that the first time around. But I think she was out of that gray when I was there.
Yeah, because I think I bought the last one.
Yeah. It's all right. Advantage of working there. So I got these, and then I got some of the DK. Yes, they make a DK weight. Yes. Can you believe it? Oh, I love these colors.
They are so pretty.
Okay. So
they are darker than what they look.
Yeah, that's
on the screen.
That's probably a better, and not even even there.
They're much richer.
Yeah, and so you ask, did it come like that? No, it didn't come like that.
What did you do?
Well, the reason I bought this DK weight was to do this pattern. This is the Butterbeer Beanie by Christy Houghton from Yarn Cafe Creations. And it's called for a DK weight. So I was going to knit this.
Yeah.
Okay. And I was getting ready to cast it on. I pulled it out. Of course, I had big time yarn bar, you know. But anyway, I was getting ready and I thought, you dummy. You got a bunch of gift knitting to do. Why are you going to cast on a hat, and not just any hat, but a lace hat? You know what I mean? That's got all kinds of knitting through the back loop and all that kind of stuff.
And sections.
And sections, yeah. And you've got gift knitting to do. You ding dong. So I wrapped it all back up around. and I put it back in the booty call bag with the
Well,
pattern.
good on you for reining yourself in.
Well, last night I couldn't stand it,
Oh.
and I wanted some. I wanted some instant gratification.
Yes, I understand.
So I cast on another one of those November cable hats. Remember
Yes.
the one that I did that was so huge?
Right,
Pared it down.
right.
I cast one of those on thinking, okay, I'll get this done tonight. And
Yeah.
I'll just cleanse my palette and I'll get started. Well, I got through the first cable round. I got through the 10 rows of knit 2, purl 2, the ribbing. I got through one cable round.
Mm-hmm.
And I got ready to start the next cable. I thought, you idiot, it's time to go to bed. You got to be to Karen's house tomorrow morning. So I got the first cable. But it did, I guess, what I needed it to do. It got
Right.
out that need to,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Something on.
Yes, so now
Yes.
I've cast it aside. Ha, get it?
Our art.
Cast on, cast aside, cast off. Anyway, and it did what it needed to do. So that, and then I don't know what I'm going to do with this. If you guys have any whatever you those things are called, suggestions, ideas, yeah, for this yarn, this is so pretty. Oh, it is so
really
pretty. This says Susan and Karen all over it. It's called the Croft Shetland Tweed, and this is called Mossbank, and this is absolutely, it's just so pretty.
And it's 100% Shetland wool, isn't it?
Yeah, and there's a story behind the reason that it's called. This is just terrible. I can't make it.
Yeah, the lighting is bad.
Yeah, I can't make it. Anyway, why it's called the Croft. Crofting is integral. It's a way of life. I'm reading the tag here. Crofting is integral to the landscape, cultural heritage, and social economy of the Shetland Islands. It bonds people and places in a unique way, preserving livelihoods and age-old traditions.
Or transitions.
Yeah, whatever.
Either one.
But yeah, it's 100% Shetland Island wool from the Shetland Islands. It is not cheap, but it is freaking gorgeous. And I just can't decide. I bought one skein about a month ago, and I hadn't done anything with it. I just looked at it. And when I was down there the other day, I was like, oh, I'm going to buy another skein. So now I have 2 skeins that I don't know what to do with. 182 yards a skein. I thought I might make a hat. I could do a hat like this. I could do it like this. I don't know. It's just so pretty. I'm just afraid that with as busy as this is, the lace work would get
I think it
lost.
probably would.
And a cable. What do you think about doing a cable with it?
I think it would be all right, but I mean, it would be better than doing lace, but I still think it would probably get lost.
Yeah, this is just...
Because it's so pretty.
Look how pretty it
I
is.
know. What about using it? Is it DK or is it worsted?
I think it's worsted, isn't it?
Yeah, US 8.
Yep.
I was going to say putting it in a colorwork sweater.
Now, see, they call this an Aran weight. On the tag, it says Aran weight. It's 182 yards. It calls for a US 8.
US 8?
It does. 24 rows and 18 stitches and 4 inches is the gauge, which means nothing to me because I hardly ever swatch. But it's just so pretty. And this is by West Yorkshire Spinners in England, so I knew it wasn't going to be cheap when I bought it. But I love this. Do not tumble dry. Do not spin. Reshape whilst damp.
Yes.
Not whilst damp.
Yes. Reshape will stamp.
Yes. Isn't it pretty? God, it's just so pretty. So, I'll find something. I'll find something. I'll go on Ravel. I hadn't really taken the time to go on Ravel researching much, but I only have 2 skeins of it, so.
You'll find something. If
I
not,
know.
it will just
I know.
sit there and be pretty in your stash until you're ready to knit with it. Oh,
I'm so sorry, y'all. I
Wow.
don't know what is up with my nasal passage today.
it's very fuzzy in here
Is it?
because I keep feeling like there's fibers up my nose and on my face, and
Okay.
who knows.
Ugh.
This is November's Cozy Knitter Yarn of the Month Club,
So pretty.
and this one is called Winter Sky. And you get 2 little minis with it this time, so I guess you can...
Cuffs one, heels another.
I know. It's like so many different choices. What do I do?
Or you could do one sock with this one, the other
Right.
sock with that one.
Right. Who knows?
So you have one more month for that. You have December coming?
Yep, I have December coming, and then that's it, and it's all done.
Are you going to do it again?
I am not. I mean, it was fun, and I enjoyed getting the yarn every month, but I thought I would try something
Different? Gotcha.
Like maybe do some swapless swaps, or somebody else who has a yarn of the month kind of thing.
Guess who's getting
Yeah.
ready to start one, I think?
Who?
Shelly at Hope Knit.
Is she? Oh, yeah, I saw something about that.
Yeah, did you see that post?
Yeah.
I don't
saw
think I
something
answered.
about it.
I need to go back and
Yeah.
answer that. I don't
Yeah.
think I did, but yeah, that would be interesting, I think.
That would. But I think probably I'll do more, maybe the minis this year, because I'd like to get my crochet corner to corner blanket finished.
I thought that was almost finished.
Well, I'm at the point where I'm shaping the one end,
Right. Oh, okay.
but it's still not long enough yet.
Right.
So I thought I want to get that one done before I start another blanket. And have you seen that one blanket that everybody seems to be doing now on Instagram? That's like the little chevron strips almost.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah.
I didn't
And
know.
then
I saw people using their minis to make
Yes.
the chevrons, but I didn't
Right.
know what it was.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a blanket, and I thought that would be cool, but I'm not starting another blanket, especially
I'll
with
tell
fingering
you what
weight yarn.
would not be cool to me about that is
What?
having to seam those strips
No,
together.
you don't seam them.
How do you do it?
They attach as you go.
Shut up.
Yeah, because Tanya's doing it.
Well, your Cozy Memories blanket is almost done, isn't it? It's huge.
I have it down here.
It is huge.
Do you want to see it?
Yes, we
Can
want to
you
see it. She got her sticks, her stilettos.
I love those things. They're
Her signature
expensive, but
needles.
they're worth it. At least for the straights. I haven't tried any of the DPNs yet. But here's...
Oh, I thought yours was bigger than this for
No.
some reason.
No, the corner-to-corner blanket is bigger than this.
maybe I was
But this
confusing
is-
the two.
This is a lot more squares than you think it is. I counted it the other day, and it's close to 150 squares.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And now you've got Lisa at Knit Nook doing it. That's cool.
I know.
Is she mad at you yet for getting her hooked?
No, she's excited. She's enjoying it so far. She may get to the
Well,
point
that's
where
fun.
she's like, seriously?
I mean, I don't work on mine all the time, but every now and then
Yeah.
I'll have to pull it out and I'll have to. This is my ugly sweater.
Yeah. This is my ugly Christmas sweater.
That's funny. I mean, it's fun to do.
Yeah.
I still got to put the ones that Tanya gave me for my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put those in that blanket
Okay.
instead of the Harry Potter blanket.
Right.
Because I'll get to that faster
Right.
than I will the Harry Potter thing. So
Then, I was in Michael's the other day, and look how cute these are.
fa la 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 la.
La llama. And they were like, buy one, get one half off. So,
Cute.
I don't know what I'm
They
going
had
to
a
do
lot of
with
llama
them,
stuff at there and
but they're really cute.
the
So,
lobby of hobbies. Yeah, they had a lot of llama.
yeah, I think llamas are like the new unicorns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is that's really good. At least llamas are real and useful.
Right.
Just saying.
Exactly. My mother thought unicorns were real until she was probably in her 20s.
Okay.
She came from a very small town. She was very
sheltered.
sheltered. She was very sheltered. And I got these. We went to the Salty Sheep down in Swansboro, North Carolina. And
Those are really super cool.
these are... I can't even read the thing.
What are we reading? Can I read any of them?
Eeny, miny, mo.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, mini
Yeah.
by
We'll have to...
Farmer's Daughter Fibers.
There you go. And so I got these colors. I think they're probably just
Pretty.
going to go in my scrappy blanket, but this one is called Dogtown.
The crochet blanket or the memories?
Probably put a square in the memories and then put the rest of it in the
Gotcha.
crochet blanket. And this one is Missoula Saturday Night. And Winter Wolf.
That one's pretty. Yeah. They're all pretty, but
All pretty. And then Minioki. It's actually darker than that. And then Heartbreak.
Pretty.
So, yeah.
These are DK weight.
Mm-hmm.
No, this one's
No,
fingering.
I think they're fingering.
Yeah, I saw DK
Yeah,
up there, but I see.
yeah.
Man, that is a teeny tiny little label to have to
I
write on.
know. And to do the little... I
It
thought
kills
they
me
were
to have to
all
write on the labels I write on.
right. Yeah, they're all fingering.
Yeah, I just happened to see that thing up there.
Yeah.
Okay, so Outpost. I love that when it comes with all the little stamps on it. This is from the Sexy Knitter, and I've showed hers before. She around Thanksgiving every year, and I know this because I'm always working on Jason's blanket, and he's home, and I'm on Etsy or I see it.
Yeah.
She does like a half off kind of thing, and so wait a minute. Okay, I was already saying I'm missing one. So I bought 4 of the mini packs that she does, the Hogwarts mini packs.
Are those 10 or 5
They are,
grams?
I cannot remember. I can't remember. But anyway, I've been buying them for how long now?
Yeah, a long time.
So this one is the Owlery.
Those are pretty. I like those.
Yep. I get the feeling that that's more of a graduated gradient. I mean, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Not like this one or
Right,
this
they're
one.
not all different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one is Flying
That makes
Ford
sense.
Anglia, or Anglia, ever how you want to pronounce
Yeah, I
it.
think that's right.
And again, color is not showing up. This one is Weasley's Wizard Wheezies. And this one is really bright and colorful. And this one is Denoming the Garden.
Oh boy.
Because you know,
Yes.
gnome saliva is good for stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So they're really pretty.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice.
Yep. And it's super cool this time because she labels them.
That is
Always in the
nice.
past, I've had to go through my order history and see which ones I
Right.
did and write on the bag
Right.
what the color
Yeah.
way name was. So that to me was a super cool thing. And I have some more booty call that I can't share because it's might be Christmas presents for people
Right.
that watch this podcast or don't watch this podcast. And that is all. That's all me booty call. What about you? You got more booty call?
Nope.
Okay.
I think that's it.
So that's that.
My tummy's still
I
growling.
think you're hungry.
Yeah. I
I think
probably
you're
am.
hungry.
How long we been doing this?
An hour and 9 minutes and 30 seconds.
All right. Well, we don't have a new beer today because
We suck.
I'm lame. I thought about it, and then we had a Christmas party thing. That's another thing, you know, you get so busy, everybody's like, oh, Tony's work Christmas party and other parties, and I just forgot
Forgot what? To go to the party or to get beer?
to get a beer.
Oh, it's all right.
We were coming home last night.
You
and
know
I
what?
thought, you know
Chances are I don't even remember this one. Oh no, the Black
Yeah.
Mocha Stout
It's Black Mocha Stout. I had a couple beers left
from the party.
in our podcast stash that I have bought before, and
We have a podcast beer stash?
yeah,
I did not know. Okay.
Mm.
Well, apparently we like this one.
yes.
Oh, yes, I do remember this one.
Bold coffee and dark chocolate notes
Mhm.
command this award-winning dry stout.
Yep, you know what I was thinking riding down here?
What?
It's really early in the morning to be drinking beer.
Yeah,
So I'm
we don't
probably
care.
just gonna have a little taste, and that's gonna be it because I have to drive back home. I got yarn in the dye pots. I got to go home and it's
Oh no!
I mean, they're not on.
well,
I
you have
didn't-
as much as you want. I'll let you
But-
pour, and we can talk
but-
about. I have one more little rant.
Yeah, but don't you have
Right.
something to do this afternoon?
Yeah, but
Okay.
I mean, I can drink.
Well,
that
I know,
and-
but I mean, like us taking the time to do it was my thing. I thought
Oh.
we had a time crunch,
we
but
do. But if we've only been doing this for an hour, we're good.
we're good. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Um,
what's your rant?
I have just one little rant. those of you who follow me on Instagram will know that this, not yesterday, but the Saturday before, I found a dog. I was going the back way down to the Knit Nook
In Morehead City.
And there's a cut through that you can do, and it takes you kind of through tree farm land where there's a lot of woods, and there's hunting property out there too.
I'm trying to think where you would cut through to get there from here, but I don't know.
You go down 101 and cut across.
Oh, instead of going back out to 70, you go down 101 and then cut over somewhere.
So
okay, gotcha.
I was driving down through there, and I look, and there's a golden retriever just standing on the side of the road. So I pulled over because that's who I am. And I was like, "Come here, baby." And he came right to me. And he had a bandana on, and he was a little dirty, but otherwise looked pretty well taken care of. So I thought, okay, somebody's missing you. So I put him in my car, and he was big. And I put him in Tony's car. It wasn't even like I was in my Jeep. I was in Tony's little car.
Oh, well.
With the leather seats and, all the fancy stuff. And I'm like, "Come on, puppy, get in." So I took him down to the local shelter so they could see if he was microchipped. And he was. So I figured they're going to find his owner. So I was like, okay, good. Then call him. And well, it turns out I went back to check because that's just the kind of obsessive compulsive person that I am.
Well, you're an animal person. So.
Yes, I am a big animal lover. And so I went back to check, and they said that they finally got a hold of the name that was on the microchip, but that they had given the dog to somebody else. Mm-hmm. And then that person, I guess, either never called them back or said they didn't want him. But this poor dog, he's 7 years old, and, he's probably lived with a family his whole life. And
are you trying to tell me that we're going to have a podcast mascot?
No. Oh. We are not going to get him because here's the sad part. He also has heartworm.
Oh, crap.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I adopted a dog. Go ahead.
But they said, they didn't say how severe it was.
Right.
But, people, if you live in the South, keep your animals on heartworm preventives because there's mosquitoes everywhere.
Yep.
Down here in the summertime.
Big ones.
And it's just ridiculous to do that to an animal. Again, because the dog, he had on a bandana, and he looked like he had been groomed, and his teeth were clean. So it's like
he was not a
he was not
stray.
neglected.
Right.
At least, or maybe he'd been out there since October because he had a candy corn bandana on.
Well, I'm assuming they're going to call the Golden Retriever Rescue.
Yes.
Yeah.
They said if he didn't get adopted this weekend, that they were going to contact the Golden Retriever Rescue in Raleigh.
Right.
And they would come get him probably the middle of this coming week.
Okay. So you're going to call back and check and see?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to make sure that they will treat his heartworm because, honestly, I was considering about getting him.
Well.
But, and not that I wouldn't want to do that or spend the money because I have spent tons of money on my animals through the years and fixing all sorts. It's like every animal that's sick, weak, three-legged
shows up here.
Yeah, shows up here, and I take care of them.
Right.
And I would, but I just don't think at this point in my life I have, because it takes a long time.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know.
Yeah, and you have to keep them crated. Yep. And with starting to work at the shop and everything, I just don't think I would be able to do him justice.
Right.
So if they're going to take him to the rescue and
somebody will. Yeah.
And, honestly, when I was there, I stopped by Friday to see him. And when I was there was a young family looking at him.
Right.
And I'm sure once they found out about the heartworm, they didn't adopt him because, they wanted a dog to play with the little boy. But that dog, his name is Mel. But when he saw the young father, he got so excited he ran over and grabbed his toy and ran to the cage. He was like, sorry,
time to
old
play.
lady, I am done with you. This guy looks like he could run with me.
Right.
So-
Well, we adopted a dog many, many years ago.
Mm.
And he had heartworms.
Mm-hmm.
So we treated him. And it was, in a way, it was a good lesson for Jason to learn how to take care of an animal.
Right.
Because he did have to stay crated. And Jason had to walk him. When I don't know if you've never treated a dog for heartworms, they give them the medication. I can't remember now if it's a shot or
It's shots on either side of their spine.
right, and they can't be.
They can't get their blood pressure or
Right,
their heart
they
rate
have to
up.
stay. They have to stay calm, so
Right.
they can't go outside in the yard and like run around
Right.
and that kind of thing. So Jason had to walk him
Right. To go to the
every
bathroom.
morning.
Mm-hmm.
He stayed crated while we were gone.
Right.
I had to muck out the crate because he was a beagle type dog. He wasn't a little dog. And so Jason would have to walk him at night, sometimes twice when he got home from school, and then the night before he went to bed. And I mean, rain or shine, he had to take this dog. He's out with the umbrella doing it, you know.
Because you can't just open the door and let him go.
And I mean, I would do the crappy part, no pun intended, because he was just a little guy then.
Yeah.
So we went through this not once, but twice with the same dog.
I read that also, that sometimes the first round of treatment doesn't work, and you have to.
It is nearly prohibitively expensive to do this.
Anywhere
we did
between $400 and $1,200.
Yeah, we did it because this dog was one of those dogs that is a unique personality.
Yeah.
He was a super cool dog. He just was a super.
Yeah.
He just was one of those dogs.
Right.
And Jason became very attached to him because it was his responsibility and all that kind of stuff. And he was just a super cool dog. And so I forget how old Jason was when we got him, but I asked Jason, I said, what do you want to name him? Mm-hmm. And he said, I want to name him Turbo. Because when he gets better and he can get out and run, he's going to run like turbos. And I was like, oh my gosh. So that's what his name was Turbo.
Sweet.
He's going to run fast like a turbo. And I was like, okay. So, and the only negative thing about that dog, God love him, he could not stand a thunderstorm.
Oh, yeah.
We always knew when a thunderstorm was on the way.
Yeah.
We hadn't heard it yet, but he would start panting and pacing. He wouldn't be still. He wouldn't lay down. And I mean, like you know how it is down here in the South. You can leave for work in the morning, be nice and cool, and you can leave your windows open, and a thunderstorm will bust through that afternoon. Well, I did that one day. Came home. I had left the dogs outside because it was a beautiful day, and we had a covered thing for them to get under, He had jumped through the window, busted the screen out on the way through, and ripped my curtain off the wall, trying to get inside away from the thing.
Baby.
Oh, that's nothing. He would dig out. If he couldn't get in the house, he would dig out and go run in the neighborhood. So me and my pea brain thinks, if you don't like the thunderstorm, why are you going out and running in it? You know what I mean? Why aren't you just cowered up next to the house?
No, because when dogs are afraid, they run. And when cats are afraid, they hide.
Okay. Well.
So that's the difference. Well, one of the differences.
So I learned my
dogs and
lesson
cats.
with the window, right? So, okay, all right. If there's a threat of a thunderstorm, I would leave them in the garage. And we had this little setup thing that the garage door would go down on top of. You had this wood thing underneath with chicken wire or whatnot. So that, they weren't shut up in a garage, whatever.
And he knocked that over too.
No. He dug the dryer vent out and stuck his head through the friggin' hole. My neighbor calls me because all the neighbors knew that he was a freak.
Right.
My neighbor calls me and she says, you might want to come home.
There's a dog head stuck in your garage.
His head is I was like, what? I get home. It is balls hot outside. It's July. It's like that July day where you just stand and you just drip sweat. Mm-hmm. Well, husband at the time was working for the recycle people. Yeah. And one of his drivers didn't show up, which meant he had to go run the route if the driver didn't show up. So I call him and I was like, are you anywhere close to the house? Right. And he's like, I'm on the way back from Greenville. What's up? And I told him, he said, you are blankety blank blank. I was like, nope, not lying. I'm
Nope,
standing
not
here looking
lying.
at the dog. He's stuck, and I can't do anything to get his stupid self back. So he comes home. I don't even remember now how we got the dog unstuck out of that. And like I said, it's hot as all get out outside.
Right.
Get him back in. So then we get the dryer thing put back together. He has to build literally a barrier so that if he's
Right.
ever in there again, he can't do that again. A nut.
But anyhow, the moral of the story is, people, if you have an animal that you don't want, just take it to a shelter. You know, don't dump it in the woods.
Yeah, that's crappy.
Because that's just
Well,
terrible.
especially-
It
and
makes
I
you
know-
a terrible human being.
And I know people think shelters get a bad rap because they think, okay, you're gonna drop it off and they're gonna euthanize it, and that does happen. Don't get me wrong. I'm not naive. I know
Right.
it happens.
If
However,
it's an animal that's not adoptable, then
well,
yes.
and especially with pure breeds, there are
Yeah.
rescue groups out there that will come and get them.
there are. And you
Um,
can't think, okay, I'm just going to dump it out and he'll be fine on his own. No. They will not.
Loose that's not
Yeah.
used to that. Nah,
Right.
that's crappy.
Yeah.
That's crappy. And spay and neuter your pet.
Right.
too.
Well, you know what? And it happens a lot this time of year because a lot of people get like new puppies
Yep.
for Christmas or new
Because they're
kitties.
so cute.
And then they just toss the old ones out or they take them to the shelter.
Or they get a new puppy and decide this
Right.
is not what I signed on for, and then they
Right. But what I found out, and I don't know if this is the same everywhere else, but here, if you surrender an animal at the shelter, I guess you go on like a list. And if you come in there to like adopt a puppy, like a month after you dropped off
they'll tell you no.
a 10-year-old dog, you won't get
Squat.
a puppy.
I don't know that that's a bad
So-
thing.
No, I think that's actually a good thing. And
I
but
don't think
that's
that a
also
bad thing.
because the girl I was talking to, not at the shelter but a different place, said that that's why a lot of people dump their animals in the woods, because if they take it to the shelter, then they won't be able to adopt another one from the shelter.
But do you think that those people that dump their animals really know that? I didn't know that, and I'm not an animal
Yeah.
dumper.
I don't know. Maybe they do. Maybe they don't. Or maybe they're just assholes.
I'm gonna go with the last one.
I
They're
think
just
probably.
assholes. Or they're just really
Yeah.
super duper ignorant.
Well, and again, maybe they found out that he had heartworm and they were like, screw this. He's going to die. Let's throw him out.
Yeah, but what if people did that with children?
Well, see, that was
There'd be
my
a
thought.
totally different.
You're sick.
vibe
You're
on
out of
that.
here.
Yeah, you gotta go. I'm not.
Or I'm having a new baby and you're like
Yeah,
7
you
years
gotta go.
old. You got to go.
You run your lip limit. Find yourself a new place
I
to
know.
live.
Yeah.
Although I'm sure there are some parents who have children that they'd like to do that with.
Mm-hmm.
Before Ritalin,
Anyhow,
before
so that's
Ritalin,
my-
there was days I wanted to do that with mine.
That's my depressing rant.
That's not depressing.
of the week.
That's not depressing.
Well, because I rescued him and he's
Right.
going to have a chance.
exactly. He's
At a
not out
good
there
life.
at the will and vice of
Right.
bears and
Right. And he's not going to get hit by a car.
and coyotes and all that.
Right.
Well, do we have coyotes here? Or
We do.
It's coyotes, not wolves,
Yeah.
because there is a difference.
Yeah, we have coyotes.
Okay, I thought so.
But yeah, so he's going to have a chance at a real life, and they're going to treat him, and he'll be all better, and then he
And
can
so
get
it's
him,
a positive thing.
and so he can get him a family
He will.
and have a good life. So now that I know that he's going to the rescue, I'll be like stalking the rescue page.
See if you can see.
Well, it'll be a while, I'm sure, because they're going to have to get him healthy.
He'll be fine.
But I'm going to keep looking and make sure he gets a home.
He'll be fine.
It's one of those, I feel responsible for him. I know I'm not, but
Well, but you played a part in his.
I touched him.
Yes.
So
and well,
Tony was-
obviously he touched you.
well, I mean, I physically touched him.
No,
and
but
usually,
I mean, but he touched you.
he did. Tony
Somewhere.
was like, "He's in your heart, isn't he?" And I was like, "He is,"
Yeah.
because I kept talking about him, and he's like, "You could just go get him."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah," but then
But-
when we found out about the heartworm, I'm like, "We're just not." I don't want to say we're not home enough, but I don't know.
Well, it
I don't
takes-
think we're equipped.
Yeah.
for
Well,
it.
because you have to, like I said, Jason
Mhm.
had to walk that dog
Right.
because that was the only time he could get out, and he
Right.
couldn't just. we had a fenced-in yard. I couldn't just turn him loose in the backyard
Right.
to go because
right.
he couldn't exert himself. He couldn't do all that
Right.
kind of stuff. And so,
And sometimes we're both of us are not home. I mean,
Yeah.
usually one of us is usually here, but
Yeah,
sometimes
I
we're
mean,
both gone
at
all
our
day.
at our age and what we got going on in our lives right now,
Yeah.
I feel it's
Yeah.
a time of year
Right.
when everybody's nerves are on edge. Some people are a little more sensitive than others.
Just gonna say that.
Um,
Were you pointing at me with your head?
nope. Um,
I think she was.
but some people love this time of year and some people don't.
Right.
And being that I pretty much worked in the service industry for most of my working
Mhm.
life, this is just a time of year that I get through
Mhm.
and can't wait to be over with
Right.
because you get all kinds of people. Some people are happy that you're there. Some people are nasty.
Mhm.
Just be kind to everybody.
Yeah.
Every day of the week, not just at Christmas time, but just be
Right.
kind to everybody because everybody's got something that you
Right.
don't know about, and you could say something or do something as I did earlier, and you're not even aware that it's bothering somebody or hurting their feelings or whatever. So I don't know.
So here's the hashtag of the week. Don't be a dick. Hashtag.
I love it. Hashtag don't be a dick.
Exactly. So we probably won't see you again before Christmas.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be first of the year. I'm
Yeah, so
thinking.
it'll be first of the year. So we hope everybody has a wonderful whatever you celebrate. Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever the other ones are. I'm not sure if there's more.
Festivus.
Yeah, whatever. I don't know. Whatever you celebrate, we hope you have a wonderful,
Right on.
yes, and a safe and happy new year. And we will see you
Probably in
in
2019.
2019.
Unless something happens and we can get together and do like a little mini
Yeah.
year or something like
We
that.
might be able to. You never know. Maybe we could do like a little. Follow us on Instagram because there'll be something
Yeah, that if we can't
like
get together and
a
podcast,
knit
we'll
nook
just put it on there.
thingy.
Oh, yeah.
doodle.
Maybe if we wound up down there one day together,
knit
we
nook.
could just do a real quick thing.
Yeah, on Instagram.
All
or
right.
Whatever. Anyhow, cheers.
Cheers.